Senators are pushing forward on multiple priorities overseeing the 2026 education budget, advancing key legislation, improving alleged government irregularities. Mobile journalist Merimon Reyes reports.
As the Philippines' national budget for fiscal year 2026 has been approved by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. and priority bills and transparency efforts from the government are underway, Senate Basic Education Committee Chair Bam Aquino challenged the Department of Education and the Commission on Higher Education to ensure the full use of its historic 1.34 trillion fund. This includes the construction of new classrooms, expansion of the free college law, increased student allowances, and expansion of the school-based feeding program. Aquino also awaits the final leg of his written Cadena Act, which strengthens accountability in public spending through a blockchain-based digital budget system.
They're responsible to the Filipino people, they're responsible to the Filipino students. At babantayan ng Committee on Basic Education yung tamang paggamit ng pera. Walang ghost project, walang ghost student.
Meanwhile, Senator Jinggoy Estrada has filed a legislative measure seeking to criminalize red tagging, known as Senate Bill number 1071 or the proposed Anti-Red Tagging Act. It recognizes red tagging as a threat to a person's life, liberty, and security, which often precedes abduction, harassment, or even extrajudicial killings. Supposed to protect citizens from unwarranted harassment or persecution from being labeled as communists, it imposes as penalties a 10-year imprisonment term and lifetime banning from holding public office from those found guilty. And yesterday at the Senate, Senate President Pro Tempore and Blue Ribbon Committee Chair Ping Lacson announces the continuation of the committee's inquiry on the anomalous flood control projects set this coming Monday. Among the issues to be tackled are the Cabral files with the DPWH, former DPWH Chief Manny Bonoan's deliberate sending to the Malacanang erroneous information linked to flood control projects, and reports that former House Speaker Martin Romualdez purchased a house and lot in a subdivision in Makati using Curly and Sara Diskaya as fronts. With this, the committee plans to speak and invite the former owner of the property.
Kung siya yung front, siya yung lumalabas na bumili, ganun na lang kalaki ang tiwala. Kung totoo ha, so hindi ganun kababaw yung kanilang yung kanilang samahan.
Bili ng bahay, kinonfirm po yun nung may-ari, nung dating may-ari na si former Speaker at Diskaya yung bumili.
Through third parties. Nagkikwento niya nga yan eh. Kasi ang isa sa mga kwento, nung mapanood ng mga maid, sina Diskaya rito, ma'am, yan yung bumili ng bahay mo.
When asked about Senator Bato de la Rosa's whereabouts, Lacson said he has not yet spoken with the senator. Lacson added, De la Rosa's hiding doesn't make sense as no arrest warrants are officially issued against him.
Kung ako siya, papasok na muna ako. Unless positive siya talaga na meron siyang warrant, diskarte niya na yun. Diskarte naman ng law enforcement, hanapin siya. Kasi I have no moral ascendancy na sabihin sa kanya mag-turn over yung sarili niya. Kasi ako mismo nagtago.
Kapatid mobile journalist Merimon Reyes, we are One News.
Okay, so maraming trabaho ngayon ng Senado.
But first of
aside
all,
from the controversy, but of course the budget. No?
Of course, yung education. Madami kasing binabantayan sa education eh. And number one, yung paggagawa ng classroom, which is shifted already to the responsibility of LGUs tsaka DepEd. Tapos number two, of course, yung teacher-to-student ratio. Isa pang issue yan. And then naghahabol tayo sa mga literacy ratings natin na medyo bumaba. Diba? So with this budget, it is expected na may improvement. Pero there are several groups are doubtful na hahabol tayo sa ratio in terms of classroom. Kasi matindi ang backlog. Malayo na yung backlog.
Kasi supposedly may mga dapat ginawa during the term of Vice President Sara Duterte as a DepEd Secretary. Pero parang kulang ata dun sa kanilang vision, dun sa goal. 'Di ba? So parang yun yung kaya nakikita nila yung medyo mahirap na gawin niya. But of course, this is the historic high nga na sinasabi nila ng budget para sa Education Department, which is according to the Constitution, dapat naman talaga mataas ang budget.
Pero yung
pinakamataas. Pero naging controversial nga yung budget ng DepEd last year. Kasi nga, di ba, hindi ganun kataas. Parang nalagyan nila ng ibang mga education sector para lang masabing mataas yung budget ng DepEd.
Tsaka sabi ng ibang economists, yung word historic high, medyo misleading yan. Kaya mas biggest in history, it's because in-adjust nila for inflation.
Inflation ngayon.
Pero if you're going to make it, if you're going to hit it down towards yung expenses versus yung quality na malalabas mo, almost the same daw ang ratio. It's just that, syempre, with inflation, tataasan mo lang yung
parang
ano mo.
ano lang naman din yan sa mga corruption cases, di ba? Yung mga presyo dati, na pinag-uusapan na nakokorrupt during the PDAF scam, di ba, yung mga Napoles era, pinag-uusapan 10 million, 20 million, ganyan.
Inflation
Ngayon, billion na
Kasi
pinag-uusapan
may inflation nga, yeah.
Oo. So, we're also looking forward doon sa, not controversial, but talked about bill written by Senator Bam Aquino, yung kanyang Kadena Act. So, basically, think of it daw as a public digital ledger na you will see all of the priority and ang tawag dito, mga projects ng gobyerno will be there.
Mababantay mo, ano,
Parang
every
portal
step
sa
of the way.
budget portal.
Blockchain
Oo.
kasi
That
yan
will be, they will use blockchain technology.
Blockchain kasi meaning every step of the way, makikita mo yung process. Anong
Yeah.
step sa process na anong nangyayari.
Oo,
Updated na yan. Oo.